Today we will unveil a shocking secret, as Celine is reluctantly picked up by her mum after work, but her face says, "I really don't want to go home." No matter how much Loris asks, Celine stays quiet and almost takes an unplanned swim in the lake. Suddenly, Loris spots her daughter wearing her dad's heirloom pendant, and she senses that her daughter might be hiding some family drama and asks Celine if her father is bullying her. As soon as she hears that, Celine's emotions explode, confirming Loris' worst fears. Loris frantically continues to ask questions, only to see her daughter getting more and more worked up. This emotional tsunami becomes the last straw, and she knows it's time to get out of Dodge. She pulls out her life savings as if it's a treasure map, ready to take her daughter and make her run for. But lo and behold, her savings evaporated and her bank account closed by her husband. Talk about a plot twist. Loris can't wrap her head around the fact that the bank replaced the passbook without so much as a by your leave to her. Suddenly, life feels like a cruel joke. Loris' emotions crumple, while Celine's feelings are like a wild roller coaster. Both of them seem to be having a crying contest of epic proportions. She doubts her mom, weaves family gossip to evade blame, imagining dad bullying his own daughter. All she can recall is her mom brawling with her dad, him looking like a hot mess, and the ruckus after he drinks, sounding like a festival. She yells at her mom and rushes off to pack her bags, planning her dramatic escape the next day. Meanwhile, Laura spends the night plotting how to rescue her dad. All she can think is how to save her dad, and she can't sleep or wink knowing her daughter is definitely leaving. No attempts to stop her daughter, but she slowly slips a magic tape into her bag. The next morning, Celine's mood softens, saying she'll hire a professional lawyer. Too bad she can't stick around for the hearing. She finds the tape in her backpack. 18-year-old secrets explode into her life like a bombshell. Ever since Loris learned about her husband draining the savings, she's like a zombie at work, often hiding away to catch up on her feelings. The observant Willa senses Loris' trouble, and surprisingly, the strong lady is in tears like a rainstorm. Willa probes repeatedly, till Loris bursts, spilling her guts. Willa insists she face her fears, not run. Loris catches Willa's hint. Her husband didn't die in an accident. The car crash was a setup. Chills down her spine. Willa finally sheds tears. On the way home, Loris ponders, unable to escape her husband, Celine heavy on her mind. She can't watch her husband ruin her daughter, so resolves to seize the moment first. With her husband only occasionally home, this day happens to be a rare solar eclipse, and everyone in town is at the beach having a party. She cleverly pretends to celebrate with her husband. While her husband is getting smashed, she casually brings up his little money-stealing escapade. She knows he took out $500, while the rest she cleverly converted into cash, making Joe blow up like a volcano the second she mentions it. She keeps throwing shade, provoking Joe, who, fueled by rage, shoves Loris to the ground. As the eclipse approaches, Loris passionately defends her daughter, while Joe, in a rage, shoves her down again, perfect timing with the eclipse. Loris keeps bringing up her daughter, increasingly a court occurrence as I knew brave Joe. She provokes her husband, dashes to ready security, only to leap forward as she reaches them. Joe, completely unprepared, plummets down, shrouded in dense darkness as the sun is completely blotted out by the clouds. In just 6 minutes, the world plunges into darkness. When the sun reappears, Loris feels reborn, but her only concern is Celine. And there lies the truth. When Celine leaves the town for Durin, her memories unfold like Pandora's box bursting open. She recalls sitting in Durin at the age of 13, as if she's time traveling through her past. It turns out that all of her mother's actions were meant to protect her, and she can't abandon her aging mother. When she arrives at the hearing, Loris is about to reveal the truth. Thankfully, she's just in time to point out that old John's report is totally incomplete. She adds her mom had no motive to kill Willa, and old John fixates on her due to 18-year-old grudges. If her mom wanted the inheritance, she'd have easily got it without caring for paralyzed Willa. None of this adds up, and the only explanation that makes sense is that these two were just helping each other out. Still, old John keeps badgering Celine for answers. This happens every single day. I've messed up. They'll never do it again. If only I could say those words. Oh my God, you can't do that. Finally, Celine warns old John not to ruin his life over something that happened 18 years ago. Despite John having over 30 pages of reports, he has no solid evidence to prosecute Law. Besides, he has a bunch of lawyer friends in London. Any one of them could win this case in a heartbeat. Unexpectedly, old John ultimately drops the lawsuit against Loris, clearly realizing Celine would choose her mother. The day Celine leaves town, the cold wind is still biting, and old John can't help but reflect on Celine's mother. He repeatedly ponders over her identity, his heart illuminated with clarity akin to daylight. He thinks about her identity, reflects on her identity, and contemplates her identity. Out of the blue, what opportunities do we even have? Upon uttering these words, this sudden contemplation unfolds like the surface of the sea, rising slowly into a spectacular wave.